Happy Friday. I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're here in our kitchen to make a really yummy treat this morning, macaroni and cheese bites, right? I think macaroni and cheese is just a family favorite. Kids everywhere love it. Adults love it. But what makes it a fun twist is to make it into bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to also talk about adding in some flavor options too, to kind of just take that macaroni and cheese to another level. So I already boiled elbows. Now when you make macaroni and cheese, probably the most common pasta is elbow shape or shell shape. So for these tiny little bites, you do want small pastas, so the elbow is perfect. Now on the box, it says 16 ounces. Okay, the recipe is calling for 8 ounces of cooked pasta. So that's going to be 8 ounces uncooked equals 4 cups cooked. So I have that to the side. I have about 2 tablespoons of butter in my pan, and we're just going to melt that, and then we're going to whisk in 2 tablespoons of flour. So that's kind of easy to remember. 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, till we get till it's thick, and then we're going to whisk in milk and cheese and make it a nice creamy sauce. I have my oven preheating at 400 degrees, and I've already greased the 24 cup mini muffin tin. Okay. Now, as far as cheeses, when you're using macaroni and cheese, we're using sharp cheddar. I already bought the pre-grated kind just because it was easy. You can certainly buy a log of your favorite flavor of cheese and grate it yourself. It also is nice when you make macaroni and cheese to use 2 different flavors. So you can also do that. But just for easy sake today, we're using 2 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. Okay, this is almost melted. All right, I'm going to grab a whisk and I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of flour. Not yet. Now we sampled these bites last night, right, Nicole?
Yeah.
How did you like it?
It was very good.
My family just loves macaroni and cheese. Okay, so we're just kind of whisking the butter and the flour, and it gets thick. I'll just kind of show this to you. See how like it's like a thick? Okay, once it's all dissolved, I'm going to also add a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. It just gives it a subtle flavor, but it also brightens the color. And a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt. Okay, we're just gonna whisk that all together. Now slowly, Nicole, do you want to hand me the milk?
Yeah.
Look at this color when you add the paprika. See? Okay, no, I have the milk down.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just going to slowly, I have 1 cup of milk, and you could use any, no, this is hot. You can use any kind of milk that you want. I'm using 1%. If you want to keep the fat level down, use a skim or a 1%. If you have whole milk, it's going to make it creamy, and that's fine. So it doesn't matter what kind of milk, about 1 cup. Okay, now this is hot. I'm going to take this off the heat, and we're going to dump in the 2 cups of cheddar cheese. Okay. And we're just going to mix this. You want to mix it? Go ahead. Till it gets nice and creamy and all blended. No, you're not making a mess. It's fun. Kids love. Hey, Debbie.
Hi.
These are going to be good. We ate a lot of them last night. Okay, keep stirring. Now, you can make these just plain, but we're going to add in some peas. Now, I looked in the store for petite peas. I couldn't find them, so we're using the regular size peas. I have 1 cup of peas. So is that, you know what? Let's just pop it back on here. You want this all smooth. Okay. So what other veggies would be good to add in the mac and cheese bites besides peas? You could can really find, like kind of blend up broccoli, cut up asparagus. I think the green, any kind of green vegetables really gives it a pop on the yellow mac and cheese bites. For flavor, not so much health, but for flavor, I did want to add pancetta. I couldn't find diced pancetta in the store.
Also, you could put corn.
You could use corn. Sure you could. Sure you could. But bacon would give it a nice flavor?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you dump the peas in to the...
All of them?
Yep, all of them. Okay. That's good. And now we're just going to add the pasta and mix this all together. This is super easy, and it's really great for the budget because pasta is super inexpensive. I think that box of Elbow was on sale for 88 cents. And then you're just using cheese and a little bit of milk. So it is an easy recipe.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, can you grab me the spoon over there?
Yeah. It's a big spoon.
Yeah, it's a big spoon. So I just want to show everybody. So the consistency, you just want to mix it till you get all the elbows coated. Okay, so that looks good. All right, we're gonna come over. Let's move you guys over here to the counter. Okay, as I stuff them. Now Nicole has, while I'm stuffing these tins, and to stuff it, just take a tablespoon, kind of 2 spoons, and just pack it in. You really want to pack it tight, so be generous on your pasta. While I'm doing this, Nicole has a fun fact about macaroni and cheese.
Did you know that there was a crayon called macaroni and cheese? Comment what year you think it was made.
There is a crayon called macaroni and cheese color. So take a guess in the comments, what year was this created? You can go closer if you can't say. We got some guesses here. Just type in the comments, what year do you think this was? That's kind of fun. This mac and cheese is so popular.
I'll give you a couple minutes.
Now another fun fact, this is kind of ironic that we're doing macaroni and cheese bites this week because Tuesday, July 14th, was National Macaroni and Cheese Day. I didn't even know that when I was planning our recipe schedule. So that is pretty cool. So in honor of Macaroni and Cheese Day, we have that in this week. Did any guesses come through, Nicole?
Yeah, it's not 1990. It's okay. The answer is 1993.
Did someone get that right?
No, but
No.
you were very close.
Who was close? Who was close?
A lot.
A lot of people. Okay. So like I said, this is super easy. This is probably the most time-consuming part is to actually stuff the pan. Now, like I said, we added peas. You can add an add-in. I'm just going to take a break. You can add the add-in of like bacon or pancetta or ham with it. If you like a crunch, you can sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top. And if you're making these for adults, you can kick up the notch of spice with the cheese. You can use pepper jack or jalapeno cheese, dice up some jalapeno and stir that into the macaroni and cheese bites instead of the peas. So this goes a long way. This is going to be 24 bites. So you would fill the muffin pan, I'm not going to do that now, it's just going to take too long, and put it in your oven at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. You want to see that the tops get nice and crisp. You can even then, at the end of that, pop it on the broiler for even 30 seconds, 45 seconds. But the main thing to get these out, this is the trick, you want to take it out of the oven and let it cool in the tin for at least 10 minutes. If you scoop it out, the bottom is just gonna all fall apart. So we have our bites that we already made. And I want to show you, do you see how crispy the top is? Look at that. And they did come out perfect after I let them cool. Now a trick to getting them out is to take your knife and just kind of loosen them up. and then spoon it out. I have a grapefruit spoon. How many of you have a grapefruit spoon? Look at the edges. They're
It's
serrated,
like a knife and
right?
spoon.
So the grapefruit spoon actually is perfect to scoop them out. So here we go, Nicole. Try your bite. They're nice and warm. I heated them up. They're kind of hot. All right, I'll take a bite. Mmm, they're really good. The peas just give it a great flavor and a great color.
Can I use
See?
the spoon?
For what?
To-
Oh, sure. It's fun to eat with a grapefruit spoon. So try these macaroni and cheese bites just for a fun twist on lunch or dinner. A birthday party, kids would love these bite-sized macaroni and cheeses. If you're having some friends over, you know, they're fantastic for a gathering. You can make all different versions and just try all the different add-ins.
Yeah.
But I will post the recipe. Again, it's super easy. Join us next Friday at 11. We're going to be making broccoli fritters.
But I'm not gonna.
She won't be joining us next week. She will be at the dentist. Have a great weekend.
Bye.